Allie, your publisher called. He wants to know when you'll have your memoir finished.
It's taking a lot more time than I thought. There have been so many audit adventures and updates over the years. Where to begin?
Why not at the beginning?
The beginning. Ah, yes, risk assessment. The beginning of each and every audit.
And with your experience, this should be easy.
We can't live in the past. They've updated the requirements.
But why?
For starters, peer reviews have found that many of the problems found are related to risk assessment.
I suppose the world is changing as well with new technology, changing economics, and ever-increasing regulation.
What are you trying to do? Get me depressed? Anyway, we have to pay greater attention to internal control and information technology.
How I long for the old days.
Yes, back when auditing was fun. Why do you need this artifact, Allie?
Because it will provide the objective of risk assessment.
Risk assessment?
Yes. You know the things that can go wrong in the financial statements?
Oh, you mean errors?
Yes, errors, but fraud as well.
In the financial statements?
Yes, but at the assertion level as well.
But why?
So we can figure out what we're gonna do next.
I think we need to figure out what we're going to do now!
Run!
Ouch!
Crazy mouse.
That was a close one.
Yeah, and you could have gotten in trouble if you hadn't properly assessed the risk.
Can you not touch that? Well, the risk of material misstatement exists when there's both a reasonable possibility of a misstatement and a reasonable possibility of it being material.
And it really wouldn't matter whether it was due to error or fraud, right?
Right. That reminds me of the time with those Nazis on that island in the Aegean Sea.
So now that you have the Ark, what are you gonna do with it?
I will use the guidance contained within to perform the greatest audit the world has ever known.
You need to be careful with that thing. There are risks associated with it.
I know all about the risk.
I'm talking about audit risks. Audit risk is the function of risk of material misstatement and detection risk.
Do you think I don't already know that?
But did you know that the risk of material misstatement is made up of both inherent risk and control risk?
Do you think I'm stupid?
Actually, yes.
I am in total control of all the risk.
Actually, you can never control the inherent or control risks.
What would you know?
I wouldn't do that.
Oh my gosh! Look at all those requirements! I had no idea there'd be this much stuff! This is ridiculous! Who wrote all this stuff? Ah!
He can't say you didn't warn him. Whew. We got lucky.
Yes, I've always been good at estimating my chances.
Speaking of estimates, aren't there new requirements for that as well?
Yes, and it's about time. Most amounts in financial statements are not hard numbers, but simply representations.
So I suppose those estimates would have considerable risk due to how they were developed.
Precisely. And somehow auditors have never been able to get it through their thick skulls.
I suppose the goal is to continually improve your methods. Like that time in India, you had to deal with another neglected area.
Yes, disclosures. What a ride. I almost forgot.
What are we looking for?
This should take us to the justifications for the disclosures.
Why do we have to do this?
Because auditors tend to overlook disclosures when auditing.
But I thought in an audit you focused on whether the numbers were right or not.
You do.
So what's the problem then?
Don't you get it, kid? The numbers could all be great.
And the footnotes distort the entire picture.
Now you get it. So we have to have specific risk assessment procedures to ensure those are correct.
Speaking of risks, what's that up ahead?
I don't like the looks of this.
That's it. Everyone ready?
That was crazy!
Yeah, but what a great ride.
No matter what, you always seem to be in control.
That's another thing we have to do a better job with. Our evaluation of internal control.
Have internal control concepts changed?
No, not really. We just never had a good grasp on what we were doing.
So the new standard addresses that?
Yes, it emphasizes the need to use the COSO model as your guide.
I suppose you'll want to not only look at the design, but the implementation as well.
Good point. But remember, this is still just an evaluation for risk assessment purposes.
Meaning what?
A major trap is that if you're not going to test the controls, the control risk remains at high.
Kinda like that time back in that cave in Turkey.
Oh yeah, the Holy Grail.
You will need to select the correct chalice for guidance concerning the assessment of information technology.
What's the latest update we should use?
I think it's 145.
You think? We can't pick the wrong one or there'll be serious consequences.
Yes, you will need to be aware of the emerging technologies.
Yes, like blockchain, robotics, and AI. Tell me something I don't know.
A baby llama is called a Kriya.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Me neither. How about this one?
No, anyway, the risk related to IT depends on many factors. Generally speaking, the more complex and integrated a system, the more higher the risk. What about this one?
No. What about end user computing?
As a general rule, those are not considered IT applications. They can still cause a problem due to diversity in use.
Will you just pick one?
Oh yeah, dump it all on me. So you want me to pick one so I get the blame when things go wrong.
Well, you're the one that's supposed to be in charge.
Enough already, I'll pick one.
Allie, are you okay?
Oh, I hate cold coffee.
So many good times.
Well, back to reality. Can you take a break and unclog the kitchen sink for me, please?
Yes, dear. Honey, we're out of drain cleaner.
Did you try the plunger?
Yeah, but it didn't work.
Then you'll have to use the snake.
Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?